Why is this back to front? Oh, I completely ballsed it up, people. I don't know what I'm doing. Technology. Oh my gosh. Hello, Cinderella. Do you know what? I've completely noused it up. I was sat here for the first minute and a half going, this doesn't seem right. And I realised that the video, I hadn't made it public. So even if anyone had the link, they wouldn't have been able to. I clearly don't know what I'm doing, do I? How are you? How are you, babe? Oh, I've got a few. Hello, Fiona. Hello, lovely Fiona. Ah, hi, Jane. Cinderella, you got the notification. Do you know why you got the notification? It's because I figured out that I needed to switch it to public. You can tell I'm not a professional, can't you? How is everyone? Happy Friday. My background is back to front. I'm back to front, and I don't know how to change that. If I try and change anything here, I think I'm just going to end up deleting the whole thing by accident. I don't know what I'm doing. Hi, Kaylee. How are you doing? Thank you very much. Thank you. One more installment to Chanel walk time is almost here, Cinderella. How exciting! Oh my God. You better be sharing pictures of it on Instagram as soon as you get it. Fiona, what a treat. It has been a long week. Yes, it has. Can you see my white streak? It's even whiter after this week. It really is. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. I thought I'd put a little bit of lippy on for you. A little bit of lippy. I've got my glass of vino tonight. I am, this is a Californian Chardonnay. It is by Dark Horse. I think that's right, Dark Horse. It's good. It's really good. It's very different from any other Chardonnay I've had. Fiona, Cinderella, in time for your birthday. That sounds absolutely perfect. Fiona, you're trying to do me in from the first moment, aren't you? My gosh, I am. God blessed Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Whew. Yeah, I couldn't watch the the ceremonies, the interment and everything. I couldn't watch it live. It was too much. The Lion and I ended up watching it's weird because they're called the highlights, but it's not really highlights, is it? Not for something like that. There was on the was it on BBC or something like that? They had little bits. Instead of like one long 8-hour program, they broke it up into little bits. So we watched bits of it. King Charles, wow, he looked a wreck. He absolutely looked a wreck. Poor sod, having to do that with all of the cameras of the world and all of the heads of state and all of the, politicians of the world around you. You're burying your mum, and all of a sudden you've got a new job at the age of 70. And frankly, I wouldn't want it. I am not a royalist per se. I understand that they bring a lot of business into the UK from tourism and stuff like that, and the pomp and ceremony is fun. It's an experience, but I'm not really a royalist. But Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth II, she was an absolute icon. She was just an icon. She did that job for 70 years. Her life wasn't her own. People might think, oh, it's all very good and well living in a castle and having servants and stuff, but you're forgetting it's not your life. It's controlled by other people. Oh, but yeah, it was horrific, and I was in tears. Yeah. Elizabeth asks, how are the babies? Lily's still limping, and she's kind of pulling a bit of the fur on her gammy leg foot. So we wonder if there's a problem with the foot as well. So we're going to get her into the vets. They're both due their annual jabs. So I'll be able to take them in together, which is good, because then hopefully Daisy won't be so weird about everything afterwards, and they'll both smell of the vet. So Daisy will cope with it a little bit better. But yeah, other than that, absolutely adorable. And they've missed a trick. Because I was live streaming this evening, I locked the cat flap downstairs. The lion's not here. More of that later. I locked the cat flap because I'm here on my own, and I didn't want to. I might get a bit carried away with this. Who knows? I went on for half an hour on my first live stream a year ago, just over a year ago, and I was on it for an hour and a half. So who knows where this is going to lead? But yeah, I didn't want to break up the live stream to go and make sure the cats were in and everything. So they're locked in. They got in about half an hour ago, and I was like, sucks to be you. You're not going out again now. Yeah. Oh, Cinderella preferring a Chardonnay from Washington State. Has notes of apple. See, I'm not that into the apple. I like the. It's just more of a stone fruit. I'm getting more peachy. It's very nice though. It's not very acidy. My wine tasting notes are just about as good as my perfume tasting notes. My mum is here. Well, briefly, my mum is on a cruise at the moment. Hello, mummy. Saying she can't stream, but wishes she could see my lovely face live, Habibti. Shukran, yummy. That's nice. Enjoy your cruise. What are you doing? You should be cruising, woman. Get thee to the bar. Fiona felt so wretched after a day. That's the thing, Fiona. It becomes. I was the same when COVID hit, and frankly, has it not been a few years of incomprehensible thing after incomprehensible thing? It's like the universe has gone completely nuts. But you get drawn in at the beginning of COVID, because I wasn't working at the time. The Lion was up here working, and I was just sat glued to the TV waiting for the next worst announcement. And it's like watching a car crash, isn't it? Maria Louise loves luxuries. Hi, love. So sorry I have to watch this later, still at work. Well, it's difficult, isn't it, with times? It's difficult with times. It's 9:10 in the UK. So, I mean, it could be anything 5 to 8 hours difference in the States. I was definitely going to say something about time differences there. Oh yeah, but it's Friday, and I am in the house on my own, apart from the girls, because the Lion has gone to play golf with a couple of buddies on an overnighter. And I thought, what shall I do? While the lion's away, will the cat play? The cat will play by doing a YouTube live. And here I am. And I just want to say, apologies for all of this nonsense. In my last video, my 5 luxury essentials. I'm obsessed with this shirt, by the way. 15 quid from Marks and Sparks. Obsessed. But you can tell I'm not used to wearing a collar. That's why I was doing all of this all the time, because I'm not used to wearing a collar. Basically, I've just started getting back into shirts this year after 30 years of not wearing a shirt. So that's why I've been doing all of that. But I'm absolutely obsessed with this shirt. Yes, Fiona, total, absolute icon. She was a legend. That woman's work ethic. Is that Daisy? Can we see a Daisy reflected? You can come up. Daisy, you're going to come up and say hi. Oh, here she is. That's a Daisy. Say hello. Come on, say hello, baby. Say hello. Yeah, there she is. She's my little snuggle bunny, aren't you? My little snuggle bunny. Cinderella, you are absolutely right. The Queen was everyone's mum and gran, and I think a lot of people have said this. Her death has hit a lot of people. Bye. Way harder than they ever expected. She was 96. We were imagining that it could happen at some point in the not too distant future, but wow, I've heard it described as she was like everyone's grandma, but you never she lived too far away that you just wouldn't see her in person, but you'd see her on FaceTime, the TV, all the time or something. We just invested in her. Absolutely brilliant. Fiona also asks, would I ever consider a group meetup kind of thing? I would. I absolutely would. It would be, I guess it would be somewhere in London. I think that would be the place. Daisy's here and she's, what are you doing? Mummy's doing a live stream, baby. I can't keep an eye on her while I'm doing this. Yeah, I think it would be it would have to be somewhere like London, where it's easy for people to get to if you're already in the country. I guess we shall see with the move and everything. That may change. She's just going around my legs now. Why did you come up and say hello to everyone? Cinderella, did we find a house yet? Kaylee, how was your weekend? Fiona, long COVID. Remind me, come back to that. We had a fabulous weekend. I did vlog, the second part of my seaside vlog was actually this weekend just gone. And we finally found a house and we put an offer in and it was rejected. So we upped it a little bit. It was rejected again. So we upped it a little bit and it's ours. Yes, or it will be once all the paperwork and everything's gone through. And we're very, very excited. I have actually got some details of some of the places we were looking at. We saw some crazy nuts places. And some of them, this one, I don't know how well this is going to come out on screen. Look at that house. Oh, look at it. Is that not something you would expect to see on, I want to say a jigsaw puzzle, like a quintessentially English jigsaw puzzle or a chocolate box of, oh, I didn't have the proper pictures for this one. Oh, that's a shame. But this one, yes. So this one was amazing. We both fell in love with it. It needed work doing to it. It was top end of our budget already. And there was a weird situation. It was the old dear who lived there sold it to WeBuyAnyHouse.com. And if I try and show you this picture, that was the back garden. Oh, hello, Daisy. She's decided to join us. That's the back garden. That's the sea. That's the sea. That photo was taken from the main bedroom upstairs, which would have been our room, and we would have woken up to that sea view every day. But yeah, that one wasn't to be. We put in an offer, it got rejected. We had a chat, we put in an increased offer, and then we just didn't hear anything back until the next phone call was, yeah, they sold it to someone else. So, do you want to go on the windowsill, baby? There you go. You can go on the windowsill. Come on, go on the windowsill. Boop, 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 boop. And we saw, this is another one. You can see a bit of a theme here, can't you? They're all, the ones that we were really drawn to are these kind of very grand properties, but they all needed work doing to them. This one we saw at the weekend. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yep, needs a huge amount of work doing to it. The wallpaper was falling off. This one was mad. Daisy, you're standing on my can I have this? Thank you. She was standing on the thing. Right, so this one, look at that. It looks very grand, but it was actually, Daisy, thank you. It looks very grand, but it was actually a lot smaller than you expected it to be. But this one we felt we had to see because that's the house. Whoops. Oh, that's the no, it's not. Well, that's the house. That one. That's the view. And up there was France. So you know, when we said we wanted to be near the seaside, that's what we were looking at. That one, though, again, top end of budget, had ridiculous damp, and it was you just don't know how much damp, how bad the damp is going to be. So we ended up, we've ended up in a village 15 minutes away. There we go. Can you see that? There, that's better. In this cottage in a village 15 minutes away from the seaside. Village life, but we didn't realise this. We'd already fallen in love with it, but we didn't realise it when we were looking at the houses in the first place. It has a direct train line into London Liverpool Street Station. I balls that up as well, didn't I? So yes, very excited. Things move slowly here in the UK, and recently they've gone even slower than usual. So we're fingers crossed going to be in for Christmas, which leads to a whole conversation about Vlogmas and what we're going to do for Vlogmas. I'm just going to catch up on. I'm going to talk while I'm catching up on chat here. Fiona, it is a very light blue. Yeah, it's kind of almost like kind of sort of silvery grey light blue. I'm just obsessed with it. Honestly, I don't know where it's come from, but all of a sudden all I want to wear is shirts. They're so comfy. Yes, Jay-Z is absolutely yummy. SoCal Rocker Gal. Daisy, they're saying you're gorgeous. They're saying you're gorgeous. Yes. Oh my God. She makes my heart go, but in a good way. A group meetup would be fab. Listen, most of you guys live in the States. If I could make that happen, I absolutely would. See, how's it going? Happy Friday. I see you. Right. So thank you. We hope it goes smoothly as well. Will I have a shorter commute to work? Well, I will be working almost permanently from home. At the moment, I work 4 days a week from home. I go into the office 1 day a week, and it takes me 15 minutes to get to the office. from the new place, driving, it's going to take me about 2.5 hours on a good day with no traffic. But I spoke to my boss and said, this is our life plan. Do I need to find another job? And she said, we'll make it work. I'll probably have to come in either once a month or once every 3 months for team events, like a team group get together day, because a lot of us work remotely anyway. Donna, I'm from US. We're going to England next spring. Is Aspinall of London worth buying from? Do I have any other ideas? Donna, yes, Aspinall of London is worth buying from. If you don't believe me, there are a number of other people out here on the YouTubes that you could check that with. One of them is Maria of Maria Louise Love Luxuries, and when she came over a few months ago to do a little European visit around France and England, we met up and we went to Aspinall together, and I have a video about us meeting up together, and she's got a vlog with us meeting up together. It was wonderful. It was really, really good. But yes, absolutely, go and check out Aspinall. Get that kind of full-on British vibe. If you can get onto Regent Street, get there for the flagship store. It's gorgeous. Any other ideas? I mean, are you into Harry Potter? Because if you are, you've got to go to the Harry Potter thing. And then there's the usual kind of tourist stuff, which mostly I haven't done, but get an open top bus around London. It's beautiful. It is great to be near the sea. Fiona's, oh, you're on the south coast? Ooh. So, well, that big grand one with all the damp, that was in Dover. So that's supposed southeast. We looked at Bournemouth and Brighton. We couldn't afford to live in Bournemouth and Brighton. Hey Jane, you're on your lunch break. My gosh, this time difference. I would have done this on Saturday, but if I'd done this on Saturday, you would have been hearing lots of swearing from the next room while the lion's playing Warzone, because the new map has been released. Fiona, honestly, that house, we saw so many houses online, like with things like Rightmove and stuff. You can look and there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of houses. So we got it down to a short list of about 30. And then we tried to get it down to a shorter list of what we actually wanted to see if we were doing a day trip, which is what we did on 3 separate occasions, because the first 2 day trips didn't go well. So we saw these houses that looked really, really good. And then we went to see them in person and we were like, it's just a bit shit, or we really felt this was going to be the one, and we didn't get any of that at all. Now that cottage in the village gave us the warm and fuzzies. I don't think there's another picture I can show of you, because we didn't have the proper like estate agent brochure like this. We just printed off a couple of pictures from Rightmove, so we knew which house we were looking for when we drove up the road, and make sure we got the right one. But yeah, we got into there, and it felt so warm and fuzzy, which is exactly the feeling we got when we moved, when we came to see this house for the first time. We both walked in. It was the 4th or 5th one on that day, and we both walked in and we both went, oh, this feels like home. This feels like home. So very excited, very nervous about the girls moving, because it's a long journey. It's going to be 2.5 to 3 hour journey for them. So I'm nervous about that. I might have to get some happy pills from the vet to cool them down a little bit. Here we go. Work have been great, Fiona. They really have. And Jane says, when we moved from San Francisco to Seattle, my husband's SF, I don't know what SF means, company, unless it was Salesforce, let him work fully remotely. He had to fly down every couple of months. Yeah. I mean, I think if anything, the last couple of years has taught us, or taught our companies and our bosses and everything, is that, yeah, we can, if you're lucky enough to have an office job, then we can do it from home. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Worthing, West Sussex. Oh, right. Oh, hold on. My geography is terrible, Fiona. West Sussex. So we're going to be Essex. So Sussex. I'll have to look it up on a map, Fiona. I'm terrible. Hi, Molly. How are you doing? Enjoying the house hunting. What's going on with the location? I Molly, if I said I would be happy being the filling in a Kirsty and Phil sandwich, I wouldn't be joking. I absolutely love them. Oh my god, oh my god. All the house shows. So Grand Designs, love it. It is basically, it's my porn. House TV shows, do them up. Oh, renovations. Oh, I love it. Kirsty and Phil, how long have they been going now? It's got to be over 20 years, isn't it? I absolutely love them. And I have said so many times to the Lion, Kirsty and Phil, I want to go on location, location, location. We can't agree on what we want. We have, but at first, like, he wanted turnkey, so all done, don't have to touch it. I wanted a doer-upper. We've looked at everything in between, from complete wreck that needed everything and was 200 grand cheaper than anything else because of it, because it didn't even have a kitchen in it, to absolutely immaculate, wouldn't have to touch it for the next 20 years type stuff. I said to him, let's get Kirsty and Phil to find something for us. They can do it. And then they also did the show, Love It or List It. Kirsty is a doer-upper. Phil's a mover. Phil's like, we'll find you something better elsewhere. Kirsty's like, you don't need to move. We can knock it about a bit, make it excellent. What was that noise? Lily, was that you? I think she's just been jumping in the bath. Yeah, I absolutely love Phil and Kirsty. I love them. I love them. Ooh, Kaylee. Yes. Oh, Cinderella. Is it larger than our current home? I think it isn't. I think it's just laid out differently. We've got one extra room, if you like, but really, if you were to lay it all out flat, the floor space is very much the same. I think it's just, it probably would work a little bit better for us, because we'll have 4 bedrooms and a study downstairs, whereas at the moment, there's Lily. Oh no, you don't want to see. What's that? That's the mirror. Oh no, don't touch the camera, Gwenny. So the Lion's probably going to have the downstairs study, which means we've got our room, we've got a dedicated spare room, and then I will have 2 rooms, is what we talked about. So I can have a room that is for filming, and then a room that is for working and editing and doing all of the stuff, because it is busy in here. It's crammed. I've got so much stuff in a really small space. So yeah, it's exciting. It is very, very exciting. I just hope everything goes smoothly. Kaylee asks, says, would love to see a collaboration with you and Nick Snell. Well, Kaylee, Nick and I have actually been talking. We would like to, when we can, we're both able to, we would like to go into London together and do a little bit of a shoppy shop vlog around London. We would absolutely hit up Longchamp, because that's Nick's favourite brand. I would drag him into Aspinall as well, and we would just, I'm fairly certain we'd stop and have some champagne somewhere as well. So yes, we would like to do that. We've talked about it already. Oh, SF is San Francisco. Well, of course it is. Thank you, Rhonda, for putting me straight. Jane says they drove 14 hours with 2 cats in the back seat while we moved. Spent a night in a hotel. Oh my gosh. That must have been traumatic for all of you. Hi, Amy. Yes, I am live. And if you weren't here at the beginning, because I completely ballsed it up. I had this set to unlisted or something. It wasn't even public. So I'd scheduled it, hoping that would give people notice that it was going to happen, and a reminder and everything. Oh, don't forget, Gwenny's going to go live on Friday. And I set it. I didn't set it to public, so I started the live stream, and I was clicking and looking around and going, oh, I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I've done. Yeah, so clearly not very technically minded in this respect. Fiona is a fair way from Essex, but it was great to meet you in person one day. Listen, let's do it. Let's come up with a plan. Kaylee says congratulations. Thank you, Kaylee. Terry says congratulations on the new move from California. Terry's in California. Fur babies. Oh my god, they'll only scream for the first hour of the ride. Oh no, I already don't want to do it. Are we taking the hot tub? What was the motivation for the move? Right, okay, so this is an easy one. My husband hates Reading. We live in Reading. He absolutely hates Reading. Reading is, I mean, some of you from not round these parts may know of Reading Festival, heard of Reading Festival. It's a big live music festival every year. We're not far from London. People know it for that. It's known. It's in the Thames Valley, and it's kind of known as Silicon Thames Valley because it's where all of the software companies and stuff are. Oh, the babies are all snuggled up. I wish I could show you. And so it's really, really good for work. So this is where a lot of the work is, and a lot of the work I've done for the last sort of 20 odd years has been. So I've been here since '99. Moved up from Oxford Way, where I was living and working before. The Lion was in Milton Keynes. He moved down here for work. We vibed. The rest is history. And he's hated it here ever since. But Reading has got a really bad. It's a really, really old town. I think it was mentioned in the Doomsday Book or something like that. It's a really, really old town. Apparently known for biscuits back in the day. So it's a really, really old town, and as any really, really old town grows over 500, 600 years, then they're not built for roads, for cars and stuff. So we've got this really, really shocking ring road called the IDR, Internal Distribution Road, and it's a shocker. It is an absolute shocker, and it's, yeah. So traffic here is horrific, and where the Lion works, he's just on the other side of Reading, and he has to go through the centre of Reading, and it should take him 10 minutes to get to work, but it would regularly take him 45 minutes to an hour to do that short bit, because there's only like one way in and out of Reading on that side. So yeah, I know C, who's in the chat, I know C is familiar with this area. We've had discussions about it before. So yeah, he hates Reading. He's got 2 grown-up sons, the monster and the eldest, and they both live in Milton Keynes. So the original plan was to move a bit closer to them in Milton Keynes. They're grown up. They've got their own lives. They've got their wives and girlfriends. You know, they're not going to want to spend every day with us or anything like that. So we were talking about the move, and as we started, we had so many problems with the estate agent. They kept getting things wrong on our agreement to for them to be our sole estate agent and everything. Just kept on getting so much stuff wrong. We're like, oh my god, we just don't want to have to do this again. We don't have to deal with it again. It's all just a big, massive stress, and that's before we even started looking. That he said to me, I don't want to be doing this again another 10 or 15 years. And I said, what? Was that what was going to happen? I thought this was going to be the final move, you know, all things being equal, this was going to be to our forever home. And he went, no, I was just going to be there for like 10 or 15 years, and then I want to live by the coast. I was like, well, why don't we just do that now? Let's do it once. We've been in this house since October 2013, and it's gone in the blink of an eye. It really has, and I couldn't face moving again. I don't want to do it several times. So this is the expected to be the final move. And are we taking the hot tub with us? Oh yeah, we've got space for it in the back garden already marked out. Oh, you know what 2 rooms means? More bags. Well, do you know? I haven't filmed it yet because it only arrived 2 days ago and I've been absolutely rammed with work. So I'm hoping I'm going to film that unboxing tomorrow for next week. But I have ordered a bag. I've got a little bag. It's kind of a little treaty treat for myself for 2,000 subscribers. Thank you. Mwah! Cheers, you magnificent fandabbies. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe I got 10 subscribers when that happened. Oh, Ruth says Ruth is going on a girly trip to London for a long weekend in November. Aspinall, definitely on the hit list. Oh yeah, so many other places, so many other places. We better be talking Bond Street, Selfridges, Harrods, Harvey Nicks. I like go everywhere. Oh, the lion's joined us, everyone. Meow. The lion it says, Gwen's not wrong. I do hate Reading. Are you not supposed to be in the bar with the boys drinking Jack and Coke? Yes, Ruth. Girly weekend, London. Shop till you drop. Caroline says, where in Essex did you buy? It is just 15 minutes out of Clacton-on-Sea. The lion will appreciate this. He's watching from the bar. Well done, baby. That's dedication. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. We are buying a house about 15 minutes out of Clacton-on-Sea. We are not allowed to live in Clacton-on-Sea because I started calling it Clackers and the lion wasn't impressed with it at all. And I said, let's go Quackers in Clackers. And he said, we need to get a duck farm. And that's what we're going to call our duck farm, Quackers in Clackers. And then the whole joke wore very thin for him very quickly. And every time I said Clackers or Quackers, he suggested we should be going Crackers in Clackers. And I agree. That's absolutely what we should be doing. So yeah, we're not allowed to live in Clacton-on-Sea because I call it Clackers. But I'm very much looking forward to popping down the road to Clackers every once in a while. It's going to be so much fun. Right. C, I don't like the schedules, so this is good. I have no idea what you're talking about unless it is about me getting it completely ballsed up on the kickoff for this live stream. Tafina, thank you so much. Molly, Lion, yes, he's there. He's in the chat. Say hi to him, everyone. The babies have been in. Daisy, you missed her. She was all up on my desk, all up in my grill. She was all up in my face, and they are. Lily's curled up on top of the washing up basket, laundry basket. No, not more bags. Yes, more bags. Always more bags. Yes, see, we had a bit of good news on the house purchase front today. We had a mini budget and they've knocked off some of the stamp duty, which is basically a land registry tax. So it's dropped our stamp duty by about £2,500, which is coincidentally the price of a Fendi baguette. Donna, how weren't you subscribed? Unbelievable. JG1302, husband goals right there. He's a good boy, really. He pretends to be grumpy. But he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Well done, Donna. Welcome to the gang. He's my little cheerleader. Marjorie, greetings from California. When you go shopping with Nick, can you please include Mulberry? I can. I have a whole thing with Mulberry. Used to love him, don't love him so much anymore. I could probably do a whole... In fact, falling out of love with Mulberry was in my first list of 20 video subject topics. yeah, so I might revisit that and actually do something, because I never actually filmed it. And thank you for loving this silly little channel. I love you. I do. Schedules, premieres, not sure if they're the same thing. See, I don't even know. I don't even know. And apparently I do this. Have we mentally decorated the new place yet? I'm going to say I have done a little bit. I've done a mental placement of things like our big skull paintings and stuff like that, where they're going to go, like one in the snug, one in the living room, maybe one in the kitchen, something like that. At the moment, it is very much a blank canvas. It's kind of the same color inside and out. It's kind of magnolia. I would like to repaint the outside, possibly render it if there's an opportunity there to make it a bit more insulated, save on a bit of heating and all of that stuff. But yeah, it's kind of magnolia. It's that kind of, it's kind of an off milky color. It's not for me. I like our hallway. We just had repainted before we put the house on the market, upstairs and downstairs, and it is in the grey that you can't see, that I'm pointing at here, where I don't have these crazy lemurs wallpapered up. I've got a pale, soft grey. It's called like a dove grey, but it's got like a tiny hint of blue in it. This is kind of like the blue version of that grey, if that makes sense. This is blue with a hint of grey. That is grey with a hint of blue type thing. So yeah, I'd like to paint it all like that, and then work out what rooms need what. Oh, it's so nice to see people in the chat being all nice to each other. We love it. Peace and love, man. Train girl Megan, your parents are visiting, but you wanted to say hi. Hi. Now, people, if you don't already watch Megan, her channel, Train Girl Megan, go and check her out. I absolutely love her. She is so cool. She is so chill. She's so down to earth. I absolutely love you, Megan. Curry and cocktails. We need to make it happen one way or another. What did the people say when they saw my handbag room? We weren't here. We weren't here. The estate agents saw everything. We came around with them, and then when we picked the estate agent, they basically did an open day and kicked us out of the house for 3 hours, I think it was. So we did a little bit of a mooch around the shops, and then went to the restaurant that we had our wedding breakfast at when we got married. So we just sat outside in the courtyard there and had a little drinky poo before we were given the all clear and we could come back here. So I have no idea, but a lot more of this. I think you can see, no, absolutely nothing in view is still in its dust. There's a couple of things in dust bags, but I pretty much dust bagged everything up. So you could see there were lots and lots of dust bags up there, but I kind of hid most of them, because it's a weird thing, isn't it? If you think about it, this is strange. especially if it's not your bag, so to speak. If this isn't your kind of thing, it's very strange. So yeah, I have no idea. Fiona wants to know how seaside living may influence fashion style choices moving forward. It is a good question, and it was one of the reasons. I mean, I'm always on handbag watch, but it was one of the reasons why I wanted to remember and share the handbags that I spotted when we were in Clackers. I'll make myself laugh. That's everything. I'll make myself laugh. So I wanted to see if it was the kind of area where it would stand out like a sore thumb if I was walking down the road with my McQueen or my Louis or something like that. But there were a few. Cinderella, did I worry about my bags when buyers were in the house? I got, but it's not anything more than normal, but that's kind of because I hid them, and they were the people that were viewing the house were being escorted around by the estate agent anyway. And what do you mean? What did I take care of Miss Prada yet? She's right there. She's right there. She's fine. She's glorious. She's babysitting the triplets. Terry, yes, I would like to do more chats in the future. I looked up to see when I did my last live stream, which was also my first live stream, my only other live stream, thinking, oh, I'm probably coming up to a year on that now. It was July last year. That's long, isn't it? And I think I said then that I was going to try and do one every month or something. That didn't happen. Life gets in the way. God, that wine's good. Thank you for saying this is your favourite channel. The Lion and the Fur Babies are a big draw, aren't they? They're very popular. I'm happy to take a backward, backward stance, pay second fiddle, all of that stuff. I'm going to go on to COVID now because that's reminded me in a second. Caroline, she's sitting in her handbag room right now. Caroline, fist bump. Boop. Lovely stuff. Carol says, congratulations, love your videos. Watching from the UK. We have another Brit with us. There are so few of us, it seems, out here. Claire, clackers. See, it's funny, isn't it? I don't know why you got bored of me saying clackers every 5 seconds and then bursting out laughing. It was a long drive. It was a long drive, and I was driving, so it was quite distracting. Victoria hides her bags every time you have workmen in your bedroom. Do we need to have a chat, young lady? See, thank you. That's really nice. And I'm going to get embarrassed. Thank you. I will keep being me because I don't know how to do anything else. Daisy's just wandered off. If you saw just a little cattail reflected in the mirror there, she's just wandered off into our room. I wrote down some topics to talk about. One of which was COVID, because I realized I told you guys that I went and had some lung tests a couple of months ago now. Hi, Amira. Borodar, is that right? Borodar? Is that hello or thank you in Welsh? Hi, Wales. With a name like Gwenny, it's a little bit Welsh. My name is very Welsh. I don't have any Welsh in me. Yes, so I went and I had some lung tests a few months ago because I was finding it not difficult to breathe, but I was getting breathless quite a lot. Things that normally wouldn't cause me any issues, like walking upstairs and stuff like that, get really breathless. And I felt like I was just like really struggling to take deep breaths and everything. So I heard about it on, with going for post-COVID checks and stuff like that for fatigue, brain fog. That was the thing, man. If I'm filming, it takes me so long to edit, and it's because ever since having COVID, I can't remember words. It is the most bizarre thing, and it's quite freaky, and I don't like it. And it's not great when I'm in front of customers as well, trying to, help my customers, take them through my project plans and stuff like that. And then I forget the word for a project. It's just ridiculous. Borodar means good morning. Well, I'm a little bit late, but have one for tomorrow. Borodar. My accent is going to be terrible. Yeah, so just forgetfulness, still can't taste everything, still can't smell anything. since November, since I first came down with COVID, I have not tasted my toothpaste once. Not once. It is bonkers. Some wines I still can't taste. Coffee I can taste, chocolate I can taste, cheese I can taste. So those are my three main food groups. Fiona, honestly, the struggle is real. I don't understand it. The lion seems to have bounced back really, really well from COVID. He didn't lose his sense of taste or anything. In fact, he gained a superpower in that he can now eat hot food, like as in spicy food, which he couldn't do before. He's just waiting for that superpower to dissipate and leave him. But yeah, he didn't lose his sense of taste or smell at all. So yeah, so I've got some long COVID symptoms. One of them was the breathing, and I'm really conscious of my breathing. Always have been. When I was a teenager, a child, I was really into my gymnastics, trampolining, sports like track and field. I was a good runner, and I did dance for like qualifications dance. I did A-level dance. So I was very active, played squash, played tennis, you know, I was really, really, really active. And because of being conscious, especially with things like gymnastics and dance and trampolining, being conscious of my body, where it is in the space, how I'm balanced and all of that kind of stuff, always been very conscious of my breathing. So that's yeah, that's been really weird. So I went and had some tests. My GP referred me for lung tests, so I had to go and do these things where I blow into a tube and everything. And then the specialist called me a week later, I think, with my results, and they said, and I quote, my breath tests, my capacity, the force and everything that I could breathe out at when I was trying to was reassuringly normal. In fact, I was at, and I'd appreciate a little round of applause for this, please. I was at 117% of where I should have been. Therefore, I was better than predicted for my height and my age. Thankfully, they left weight out of it. But for my height and my age, I absolutely smashed the tests. And I said, that's really, really weird. I said to the specialist, it's really weird because those results being better than expected don't tie in with how I'm feeling. And I said, it doesn't feel psychosomatic. And she said, it's not psychosomatic, it is real. It is breathing pattern disorder, COVID triggered breathing pattern disorder. And it's where our breathing changes and we have a heightened sense of that change. Like I said, I was always really I'm aware, like I can feel my heartbeat and I'm aware of my breathing. I'm just aware of every little bit of my body and how it's feeling at any given time. Yeah, she said, no, it's real. It is real. And the way she put it, I really, really liked the way she put it actually, because it made it really easy for me to understand, because I've had x-rays and everything to see if I had any lung damage from COVID, and everything came back clear. It's like, what the hell's going on? What she said was COVID basically didn't mess with the hardware, it messed with the software. So that was a really, really interesting way of putting it, and I like that analogy. So there's nothing physically wrong, but I have to retrain myself. So she told me to look up breathing pattern disorder, breathing techniques on YouTube and do some of those. And I've been pretty poor at that, to be honest. But I have been doing like my own stuff, which is not medically recommended or anything like that, but just being conscious and taking in deep breaths, but through the nose, not through the mouth, and all of that kind of stuff. And I've got a follow-up visit at the hospital on Monday morning. So it's been a couple of months since I had those tests and everything, and I am feeling a bit better. It's been I mean, I'm coming up to a year almost, like 10 months. It's been 11 months almost. In a couple of weeks, it'll be 11 months when I came down with COVID. I just wouldn't recommend it. Just no stars. No stars. Wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, it's really, it's weird, and it's a bit frightening how long these symptoms can last. Fiona, I hope that you start feeling better, recover, and all of that kind of stuff really, really, really quickly. You can't get overtired or hungry since COVID. Feel so done. Yeah, yeah, like everything. Like the fatigue is still there. I'll still pass out on the sofa, which is something that I'd never do before. Weird. Fiona, did you or anyone in the chat who's had COVID, were you weirdly hungry all the way through? Like, I couldn't taste anything, so eating was just horrible. I felt sick all the way through as well, but I felt so hungry. So hungry. Yeah, weird. Horrible. Do not get that diaphragm opened. C knows. She does. Yeah, so that was my little COVID recovery tests and everything update. I realised I've mentioned the tests and hadn't told you guys what the outcome is. Ooh. Following on from my 5 luxury essentials and my lovely ideal, loving these. What do you think of this? The way I've done that with the little jackets. I love it. I can't stop wearing them like this. And actually, it's quite comfortable to lie on. This is the side I lie on. So I said in that 5 luxury essentials video, this one here, this Apollo, I really want to wear it from here, but I didn't know how to take out my hoop. Well, yesterday, while I was working, that's how I work. This is, I told you, that's how I work. Sitting here. I was working, I was on a call, I I was playing with it, and I was thinking to myself, how do they, because this was all done by the professionals, how do they put this in, and how do they affix it and everything, and how do I undo it, or do I have to go in to undo it? So I was there, I was having a fiddle, and I just went like that, and then I heard this. I don't know if you'll hear it, it'd be too light for the camera to pick up. I was like, I'm sorry, what was that? And it was the little jewelly bit there, the little jewelly bit from my piercing hoop that was now sitting in my ear like this, open, drained, cold. Oh, what have I done? Uh-oh, I'm going to pass out, right? Because I'm not good with this kind of thing. It's amazing I ever got pierced, and it's amazing that I ever had tattoos. So what I have in here, because this is done now, this is gone, this is finished, it's kaput. It is an X earring, and I don't have anything suitable. I want to put a stud in here, but it needs to be one of those ones that's got the flat back, not like a butterfly, because it's already awkward to lie on. Like, I can't wear over ear headphones because I wear glasses. If I didn't wear glasses, I could probably wear over ear headphones and this wouldn't bother me. So what I've got in here now, is this kind of, can you see the shape of it? It's not a circle. It's a rectangle circle. It's an oval type thing. It's not even an oval. This is one of a pair, and this is a 5-stone diamond earring. Bought this pair of earrings in 2006 on a trip to New York because the pound was particularly strong at the time, and I might have bought a bit of Fendi, I might have bought a bit of Louis, I might have bought a bit of Tiffany, and I bought these earrings. I did a bit of buying while I was in New York. And I put this one in because it closes quite nicely and the post doesn't stick out into the side of my head when I lie on it. But also because the post, this was quite chunky. this hoop, and you would spin through. And everything else that I had that was small, like my Anna Luisa little Huggies, their post was so thin, and I thought, I don't want this to close up. But I actually quite like the look of it. What do you think? I can't get Apollo through, so I still want to get the stud so I can wear Apollo from the stud down to this one instead of having it going from here to here. But yeah, love it. Oh, Fiona, I haven't been pregnant, so I don't know that feeling, but going back to the COVID thing, so hungry, so so sick. Thank you, Annette. I'm really enjoying this. I've got quite warm now. Really, I love these two together, just the perfect thing for me. And I'm actually really digging this massive earring up here. So am I going to keep growing my lymphatic drainage? I will have to check that out. Apparently there's a very good spa nearby where we're moving to. Am I going to keep growing my hair long? Oh, see, it's driving me nuts. Like last night's video with the quiff and the pony, I love that look. I really like that look. I think it suits me, that look. Quiff and a high pony. And I can't do that if I have my hair cut shorter, but really I kind of want that much taken off because it is driving me absolutely batty. Yeah, sleeper earring, Annette. That's what I was going to put in here. The little huggy, like a sleeper earring, but it's so thin, and I don't want the hole to close up because then I can't get the bigger posts in. Cinderella has just suggested something, and it's a great suggestion. If I'm getting hot, let's side pony like the 80s. Yeah? No. I'm not going to do that because this is going to go out. And oh, JG, yes, good eye, JG. So on this wrist, I have got 2 leather bracelets. Is that going to focus? Are you going to focus? There we go. 2 leather bracelets and one of my tennis bracelets. And well spotted, JG, they are indeed Pandora bracelets. The pink one was a gift from the lion, and it had like a little hearty heart on there, which is now on my main Pandora bracelet. Come on, focus, you swine. Come on, you can do it. You did it a second ago. Focus. Right, you're not playing ball. And this one was the first one I had. It's a bit big for me, really. I keep thinking about taking it to a leathersmith to get them to reduce it. And this one, I have got this beautiful charm here, which is a globe. It is the world. It's kind of the world. It looks like a globe to me. It's not a globe, but it looks like a globe to me. But it's compass. My God, brain work. Yes, it's like a compass on there. It's got like little hearts and stuff on it. And it's also got a teeny weeny little diamond in there. And that was a gift from my beautiful Maria of Maria Louise Loves Luxuries. So kind of her. She's a big Pandora fan as well. She's got a great Pandora collection. If you can hear that, that's the girls' biscuits going off. They don't seem bothered. Fuchsia Floyd has just joined. Oh, here we go. Right. Let's catch up here. Sorry about the issues you're having. Unfortunately, I always feel hungry, so nothing new, but did have lung congestion for 3 months. Oh God, that sounds horrible. I hope you're feeling better now, Amy. Headbands, Cinderella. I've tried them, like the fabric ones with a bit of stretch in them, and I've tried the hard ones, and they don't work for me. I can do Christmas dealy boppers, but that's about it. And my bunny ears for washing my face and stuff. See, I love the quiff and pony. I love it. I have to have so much hair to be able to do the quiff and pony. It drives me nuts. Cinderella asks, I would love that gold nail bracelet. Are you into those? You mean the Cartier Juste un clou? Juste un clou. It is just a nail. Yes, I do actually like them. I'm kind of torn with Cartier. I don't really want a love bracelet. I think I love the look of it and everything, but you're paying way more than it's worth, I think, really. I mean, things are only worth what they are worth to you anyway. So if it's worth it to someone to spend that money on it, it is worth it. You could say that about all of this stuff behind me. But I love the look of the Juste un Clou. I don't think I'll ever have one. I am much more of a fan for my fine jewelry going independent. I just think you can get stuff custom made for you. This bracelet was longer. It had 2 more stones in it, but it was too long for me. So I had 2 stones taken out. That's one of them. And the other one is in another earring. I had a pair of earrings, studs made out of those 2. This tennis bracelet was in a yellow gold rub over setting, but I don't like yellow gold and diamonds together. It just doesn't look right on me. If I'm wearing diamonds, it has to be white gold. My yellow gold, I like it quite plain. I like it without any stones in it. So I never wore it, and I thought that's such a shame. So what I did was, my dad was living in Egypt. My stepmom took the bracelet, the rub over, the yellow gold rub over setting, took it to Egypt, and then had a jeweler there change it. So, and they offset the cost of the work that they did and the materials they used, because it's white gold claw setting, and I actually had it set in 6 claw instead of. Are you going to focus? Or you just did there for a second. You absolute sausage. So this one is a 6 claw setting, so the stones still look round, they still look brilliant, whereas this one is a 4 claw setting, so the stones look more cushion cut than brilliant. But yeah, so I had this custom changed, and because it was a rub over setting, there was quite a lot more gold in that, so I offset the cost of that. I love it. I love it. I love it. It just with the white gold and diamonds, it just gives me that ice, ice, baby, fresh. I love it. Yes, this may sound like a stupid question. It is not a stupid question, Annette. Have I ever got my Pandora leather bracelets wet? Like when I'm in the shower? Because you say you're a lazy jewelry wearer, and I am a lazy jewelry wearer as well. And recently I have been leaving these on while I've gone in the shower. I've just left everything on. I take my watch off. I take my engagement ring off. I didn't put it back on this morning because I was just at my desk working, so I didn't put it on, but I have to put my watch on. So nothing else went on today. It all stays on, apart from my watch and my ring. Yeah. I had a little bit of, I think, colour transfer from the black leather getting wet and then transferring onto the pink. So I didn't do it this morning, and I had a mega shower this morning, like the full thing, face scrub, exfoliate, shampoo and condition. I had a mega shower this morning, and I forgot to take this one off. But otherwise, I have been taking this one off just before I pop in the shower. But yeah, I can't be doing with jewellery that you've got to take off because you can't get it wet. I love the look of some costume jewelries and things like that, but it's just too much effort, and I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm lazy. So that's why you see me, I'll put something on and it stays on. When I switch out of my white gold and diamonds and I go into my yellow gold, I'll probably wear that for about a month. And I normally do that in spring. So I'll wear my yellow gold, my plain yellow gold for a month, and then I'll go back into my white gold and diamonds. Oh, Ellie's here. Hi, Ellie. Ellie's been through it recently, guys. She's lost a couple of her fur babies recently. So Ellie, you've got all my love and thoughts. I know how you feel. But I mean, it's been rough. It's been rough. So close together. So I hope you're feeling okay in yourself, and that you're still getting a bit of love from Mrs. Needy Pants. She's looking after you. Yes, Ellie, also lazy jewelry wearer. My watch, I said this in my luxury essentials. This watch I go swimming in. I take my watch off because it's not that I can't sleep in it, it's that when I do sleep in it, and if I roll over, I smack the lion with it. He's not a happy lion when I do that. So I take my watches off to sleep, and then generally I have a shower first thing in the morning, and then I'll put my watch back on. But I'll swim in this one, no problem. Do I miss the pink hair, Fiona? Hell yeah! I miss all of the pink hair. I miss the rose gold pink. I miss the bubblegum pink. I miss the hot pink. Yes, my hair used to be this colour. I miss it. The problem with hair is it grows. So you get roots and stuff. And it's not just the cut. I'm so torn. I'm too lazy to go to the hairdresser. But the lion has said, you know, this is making me look older than I am. And this is exactly what I said to my mum. My mum insisted on keeping, when she started going grey. My mum started going grey in her 20s. I started going grey when I was 15, and I dyed it. I basically hennaed my hair for the first 10 years of dyeing it, and then I discovered chemicals. Yay! But my mum dyed her hair from like here back, but left these bits really kind of this streak kind of colour. And I was like, you're not even 40, woman. What are you doing? Dye it. So I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't know what to do, but I do miss the pink hair. Miss pink hair. Hashtag pink hair don't care. Yeah, I miss that. Mimi G, thank you. I still can't believe 2,000 people have subscribed to my channel, and I'm not related to all of them, and they're not all bots. Some of them are real humans. That was crazy. What was that, about 5 weeks ago? All of a sudden I got something like 300 new subscribers in the course of about 3 days. Of course it was bots. Of course it was. And now my constant subscriber count keeps reminding me that I'm still 40 less than I was a month ago because of all those bots, which then got removed as YouTube does its sweep, but it still remembers that I made it to something like 2038 or something like that. Oh, French jet vintage necklace, totally unusual design. Ellie, that sounds fabulous. Cinderella, do you not wear any jewellery at all, Cinderella? You're the opposite of a lazy jewellery wearer. You just don't put any on. Do I ever mix white and yellow gold together? Victoria, I am trying. I'm trying. I've got these fabulous little ear cuffs that I love. That are just literally, they just slide onto your ear. And there is a pair. They're from Ana Luisa, and one of them is white gold, and one of them is yellow gold. Really like those together, side by side. But when I try and put my gold and white gold together, I think it's because my yellow gold is all 18 karat, so it's really quite bright. My bangle is 22 karat, and it's big. It's a big bangle, so it's really obvious. It's got diamond cut engraving on it, and it's just so yellow. It's so rich. I think it looks fake. I think it looks that gold. It looks fake. But when I wear those and I try and put my yellow next to it, I think it's a bit too much of a contrast. I think if I had something that was a lighter, more champagne gold, I'd probably feel happier, but I'm trying to because I think it looks great. I just make weirds me out on me. Oh, here we go. Meredith is here. Good Lord. Hello, Meredith. And good morning. Good Saturday morning to you, young lady. I keep forgetting it's Friday night where I am. It's Friday afternoon where a lot of you are. And it's Saturday where you are, my Antipodean friend. Lovely stuff. I've missed loads of chats. Sarah Morales, hello from across the pond. Hello, hello. Highlights and lowlights. I could potentially do that. Yeah. CJ Izzard, you look fabulous. Why, thank you, darling. Thank you. And that's you're very, very sweet. I'm like most human beings, I'm not very good at taking a compliment, but I am trying to take in the good things and reject the bad things. But as human beings, we all know we hold on to the crap and the shit that people say, and we find it very hard to believe the good stuff. But we should all be kind to ourselves and kind to others. C is absolutely right. Hair dye is so bad. I think I'm thinning. That's it. That's the word. Thinning, not thinging. Cinderella, you just wear your wedding and engagement rings. Well, you are dedicated to the cause in that respect, and respect to you for that. Robin, love your vlogs. Robin, you've missed it all. We've done the house stuff. The Lion and I have had an offer accepted on a house, and with any luck, we'll be moving just before Christmas. I don't know what that's going to happen with Vlogmas. I'm excited and terrified for Vlogmas this year. I've been on YouTube for 2 years. This will be my third Vlogmas. The first year I did 12 days of Vlogmas, and I did Vlogmas. I started thinking about doing it in November because Autumn Beckman made me. We were chatting, and I think I'd done some vlogs, and she said, I really want you to do Vlogmas. And because it was Autumn Beckman, and because she not to be too insensitive about it, but I popped my YouTube subscription cherry to Autumn. She was the first YouTuber I ever subscribed to, and she is a goddess as far as I'm concerned, and she always will be, and it still feels amazing and weird that she is now an actual proper friend of mine as well. But she said, I want you to do Vlogmas. And I went, okay, Autumn, anything you say, Autumn, I'll do Vlogmas, Autumn. So I did 12 days of Vlogmas with absolutely no preparation whatsoever. Loved it. So stressful. Loved it. But I wasn't working at the time. That thud was Lily. She was just jumping back up on top of the laundry basket, if you heard that thud. Last year, I was recovering from COVID. Basically, I still had COVID. And I decided that I was going to do it every day. Oh my God. And just started a new job as well. I don't know how, I honestly don't know how I got through it. I think it's because I was on paracetamol all the way through. Paracetamol and coffee. So this year I was planning on going back to doing a 12 days of Vlogmas. And if I was going to do a 12 days of Vlogmas, that would definitely help if we happen to be in the middle of moving at the time, which I would be vlogging anyway, because I think moving is exciting, and I'm really interested when I see other people's like empty house tours and stuff like that. I'm really interested in how people pack things. I love packing. We're going to pay people to do that. We're not going to do that. We'll do bits of it ourselves beforehand. I'll pack these babies up, chuck them in a suitcase, make sure they're looked after. I won't leave it to the removal men to do that. But yeah, I've picked out my advent calendars this year. I'm going to do 2, and I'm not going to tell you what they are because that would ruin the surprise. But I'm going to order the first one next week when it's launched. So that's exciting. They're a bit different this year, yeah, from the last 2 years. Yes, naughty Autumn, Cinderella. She peer pressured me into it. So, Cinderella, I missed one. If I had to evacuate the house right now, what is the bag or bags I would grab? Tricky. I mean, did you see how many Louis Vuittons you can carry? I mean, I stacked myself there, so I know I could comfortably carry about 8 bags, no problem. What would I grab? It would be a bit of a cheat, but the first thing I'd grab would be my Neverfull, and then I'd basically just sweep as much into it as I possibly could. Um, I would have to. I'd have to take the Toblerone, the Louis Sectrico, because that's been in the family for donkey's years. That was my stepmom. She bought that new in Singapore, and I persuaded her to sell it to me 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, possibly, because I've been obsessed with that bag ever since I first saw it on her. That was back in the early mid-90s, I think. So I'd have to take that one. Pink McQueen, definitely. Pink McQueen has to go with me. Bally at the top there. She has to go because she was my first ever luxury handbag. She is now officially, how old am I? I'm 46, nearly 47. She is going to be 30. Wait, hold on. I can't do maths. 47. She's going to be, oh my God, why is it so hard? Why does my brain not work? She is going to be 26 in a couple of months. 26 years old, that bag. She is immaculate. Just a tiny little bit of rubbing on one of the pipings on one of the corners, and I hammered that bag, so she'd come with me. I hardly ever use her now, but she's never going anywhere. Miss Prada Orbs, I'm pretty sure I can stuff my triplets in my pockets. That's no problem. What else? I think I'll have to take my Balenciaga because that bag is just astonishing. Miss Gracie here in gold. She'll come with me because she's amazing. I'd take them all. I'd risk it. I'd risk it. Yeah, I like a cool tone as well, Amy. I like a cool tone. See, could you imagine? She'd tell everyone. She can't keep a secret, that girl. C says, thank God I didn't pop my cherry with Winnie. We all know Winnie. We all know if she was here now what she would have to say about that. Fuchsia Floyd, she loved my Vlogmas last year. I was out of it, babe. Out of it. I don't know how I did it. Are you going to do Vlogmas this year? Go on, do Vlogmas. Get your cat on. Yeah, moving vlogs. Why is it? What is it about vlogs? I didn't understand them. I didn't understand vlogs. I didn't understand YouTube for a long time. I was like, what is this thing? And then I started using it to look up things like music videos, favorite music videos, stuff like that. Then I looked it up to look up things like, how to fix a tap, the DIY kind of stuff that I wanted tutorials in and things like that. And then I started thinking, I wonder if there's anything on here about handbags. Having had my lifelong obsession with handbags, thinking if I'm interested in a bag, I wonder if anyone else has got it, has said anything about it, what they think of it, think it's a good idea. Shall I buy it? Shall I not? So I started looking things up, but I was in and out. I didn't stick around with any one particular person. I have no idea now, even if like big names like Mel and Melbourne or, Sophie Shohat, who I absolutely adore, and is also, by the way, an incredibly wonderful human being. Just FYI, she is the sweetest. I've had the pleasure to interact with her outside of chats and comments, but in DMs and on emails and stuff, and she is just glorious. I love her. I adore her. I could have probably watched videos of theirs and not realised, and then gone back and watched them again years later. So yeah, I didn't get YouTube at all. I didn't see what the fascination was. I especially didn't understand what the fascination was in watching people go about their daily lives. And then and then I became a regular watcher of some YouTubers like Autumn, like Sophie. Who else were my early doors YouTubers? I didn't find Cassie for a while, and now I'm absolutely obsessed with her. Oh, there was like Lydia Elise Millen, but I switched off her really quickly. Everything was an advert. I mean, I know I've just done a couple of collaborations with Ideal and Teddy Blake, but I stand by these. I love that bag. It is brilliant. I am loving these diamonds. They are wicked. I stand by these choices. Absolutely 100%. I stand by them. When I was watching people like Lydia Elise Millen and who's the other one? Shay Whitney. Is it Shay Whitney? Shay Whitney? It seemed to be that it started off all okay, and then just everything was buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. And I wasn't buying the fact that they were really into those things. It was just like, oh, they've been paid to do it. And sure, I got some jewelry for free. I didn't charge Ideal to advertise their stuff. They gave me the jewelry to try out, and I told you about it. That to me that's an incredible deal for me. Teddy Blake gave me that bag, and again, that's an incredible deal for me. And again, I stand by those choices that I made to work with those two brands. But yeah, if ever you see me doing, just tell me, Gwenny, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? I have been booted from the Amazon Associates program twice in the UK now because I didn't make any sales. And that's because I don't push stuff. I don't go, oh, no, I found this. I've like, if there is a product that I use and I have a link for it in my description box, if it's like a makeup product or something like that that you can buy on Amazon, yeah, I've put Amazon links in there. But I don't tell you you have to go and buy it and everything. And honestly, for the UK, I'm not sure about the US one. I should probably look that up. I've probably been booted from that one as well. But the UK one, I basically had to make 3 sales in 3 months. And I didn't twice because I'm not pushing it. And I felt like some of those other YouTubers were just pushing crap. No, I'm not interested in that at all. Switch off. Anyway, but I did become regular viewers for some YouTubers, and because I enjoyed them, like I with Autumn, with Cassie, with others, I found them because I was looking for something specific, like a review on a bag or something like that. I found them for the bag. I stayed for the vibe, and I basically watch people that I want to go to the pub with and have a drink with. Have a drink, have a natter. Meeting up with Maria Louise, Loves Luxuries, was incredible. We were on the train on the way there, and the lion said to me, "This feels a bit weird. We're basically meeting a stranger off the internet. It's like hashtag stranger danger." And I said, "No, it's not like that." But then he hadn't had the same chats with Maria. We'd been on WhatsApp and video calls and stuff like that. So we'd gotten to know each other quite well. And we were both just really excited to meet up. And he said, this is a bit weird. I don't know why we're doing this. And after about 10 minutes with them, he was like, "Oh my God, I love them. Maria and Phil are so cool. I love them. They're such lovely people. We need to see them again." And I was like, see? But yeah, so I found people because I was looking for something specific, and I stayed because of the vibe. And I think it's the vibe that got me understanding why people like vlogs, because you become invested. They become a friend to you. And I hope that's how you feel about me, that you feel like I've become a friend to you. It is very one-sided. I will give you that. I talk into a camera, and this live is brilliant because I'm getting to see real time. I can see your chats. I'm sorry, I've just been very distracted by one message that's popped up. I'm going to circle back to that in a second. But it feels a little bit one-sided in that I am doing this, and then I'm waiting for you to talk to me so I can talk back to you. But yeah, that's why I'm enjoying doing these lives. I will do these more often. I have to, because it's just too much fun. So I'm just going to skip through a few of these. Ellie's no good at packing. She's also no good at Tetris. I'm great at Tetris, and I am excellent at packing. And I know that's blowing my own trumpet, but I can pack. The Lion's even admitting it these days. He's saying, yes, that girl knows how to pack. Stand back, everyone. She's got the shopping. She's going to pack it. Annette, yes, see, I knew that was a good idea. Grab the Neverfull, fill it full of all the other bags. Cinderella, my obsession with designer bags started in college when everyone carried a designer barrel bag. Oh, are we talking like the papillon? Like the Louis Vuitton papillon? The actual barrel-shaped ones? Yes, very cool. I had a papillon back in the early 2000s. Loved it. You would say that, Cinderella. I thought that what I vlog would be very boring, but people love it. This is the one that oh my god, there's another one. And right, okay, stop faffing around. Ellie's got a big confession, everyone. She said she has bought the matching boots to Miss Prada, like mine. So Miss Prada is there. I've got these boots. Who are these? I think they were June. Ellie's just bought. Yeah, good girl, Ellie. Excellent stuff. Very, very happy to hear that. And then C said, Soph doesn't live that far. We should try and do a meetup before we move. Yeah, she's not far. The Porsche garage that she goes to is just up the road from me. It's literally over the motorway from where I work. Amazing. I would love to. Right, so this is funny. When we were doing the viewings, most of the viewings we had last weekend were with the vendors rather than with the estate agents, which is nice because you can get a bit of local info and stuff from the vendors. But I prefer to do two viewings, one with each, if that makes sense, because I'd like to be able to say, oh, that needs doing, or that needs doing, and not feel like I'm upsetting a vendor, because I'd never say that in front of them. I wouldn't want to upset them. So we're going around, and most of these viewings are with the vendors. One of them was called Sophie. And I'm driving along, and we're on our way to this place, and it's about 15 minutes away. And the Lion just says, what would you do if it was the Sophie? And I was like, what? Well, first off, she wouldn't be selling her. Like, we wouldn't be buying her house. Her house is vast. Like, it's well out of our range. He said, what would you do if it was the Sophie? And I was like, no, shut up. It wouldn't be Sophie. And he said, it could be her little rental that she's had for a few years, and that she's selling it, and she wanted to do the viewing. And I was like, no, shut up. And he said, you really want it to be Sophie now? I was like, of course I want it to be Sophie. It's not going to be Sophie. And then it wasn't Sophie, which was no surprise at all. But it did make me think, oh my God. Like, every time we go to Harrods, I must admit I'm on Sophie watch. If we're going to Harrods, I'm like, can we just pop into Dior and see if Sophie's around? I love her. I love her. Here we go. Cinderella. Yeah, Cassie is just amazing, isn't she? Her vibe. I had a Cassie binge that I finished about 20 minutes before doing this live, because I've been so busy with work and trying to sort out solicitors and estate agents and mortgage stuff this week. I haven't had the chance to watch YouTube, really. So I basically watched her Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos She's back in Blighty. The girl is back in Blighty. We've missed her. Yeah, so I had that binge. It pumped me up. I was all pumped up for this. Terry said, Terry, you just purchased a sack triangle in the Epi Yellow. Yes! Well done. What do you think of that purple lining? Exquisite. I don't even like yellow, but that combination, glorious. Fiona, do I find myself going down a YouTube rabbit hole? Frequently. Well, that's not strictly true. Right, what happens is my YouTube is, I try and stay on top of my friends' channels, which I haven't been able to because I've got a lot of friends on YouTube now. And I want to watch every single thing that they put out, and I just don't have the time to do it. Especially because in my free time, I'm actually filming and editing my own videos to put out. If I didn't do that, I'd have a lot more time to watch other people's channels. So I find that when I'm watching YouTube, I'm quite focused on watching Amelia Rose, Dale, Winnie, Yota, Autumn, Sophie, Cassie, you know, just the people that I talk to on the regular. I don't talk to Cassie on the regular. I wish I did, but I don't. So I don't find myself going down YouTube rabbit holes. My husband, on the other hand, we will have dinner, we'll watch a TV show, and then the way he puts it is, I'm quite tired. I want to go to bed in about half an hour, so we're not going to put another TV show on. We're going to watch a bit of YouTube, and then we watch things together. Like he watches Tim the Tap Man, Stone Mountain 64, and I've gotten quite used to those guys, but they're gaming channels. So I've gotten quite used to those guys, and I can, you know, I'm all right, you know, dealing with a little bit of it, but I don't want to be watching it all the time. But then we branch out, we watch other things like Beard Meets Food is a northern lad who's a professional, like, competitive eater, and we just watch him tuck into all of these things. It's like a man versus food type thing. But he's kind of like a local lad, and I love him. And he's got this massive beard. I don't know how he doesn't get more food in it. So we watch like food stuff together, and we find like, we watch him do one challenge, and then we see him doing the next challenge, but his sister's involved, so we end up doing that kind of thing. Last night we ended up watching because we were reminded, and this is what happens: a video triggers a video, triggers a video, triggers a video, and then you go down that rabbit hole. We were reminded of Disturbed's rendition of Sound of Silence on the Conan show, I think it's called, which is just exquisite. It gives me big goosebumps, makes me well up every single time we watch it. And we will periodically seek it out and what have you. And we came across in the husband's recommendeds. I always go to my subscription. This is where we differ. I go to my subscriptions and I see what the latest video is out for all my friends that I want to watch, things I've subscribed to. The Lion goes to his recommended, which means he gets all sorts of weird stuff. Like he'll get Tim the Tap Man, but he'll get Tim the Tap Man from 4 years ago for some reason. So he just goes through that. So we ended up yesterday watching 3 different versions of Disturbed's Sound of Silence. The live show, the video, the official video for it, and a couple of other Disturbed songs like the Genesis Land of Confusion, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then we ended up watching like 3 or 4 vocal coach reacts to Disturbed Sound of Silence. So yeah, Darby does tend to fall down the rabbit hole more than I do. Jane, yes. Honesty, yes. If I see something I like and I love, I'm going to share it with you and I'm going to tell you. And if I try something and I don't love it, I'm going to tell you that as well. It sounds like fun and too much, but if I just show Charlie, would that be enough? See, here we go. This is Fuchsia Floyd found my channel through Autumn's Vlogmas. Was that because Autumn dressed up as me. Actually, no, that's not what happened. When I took over Autumn's Vlogmas for a day to give her the day off. Is that how you found me? She was so good at that. I had no idea she was doing that. It made me laugh so much. I think it was payback because I was her at Halloween. I wonder if we're going to do a Halloween thing this year. I don't know if I've got the time to do collabs. See, strangers are just friends waiting to meet. I like your thinking. I mean, I'm into diamonds, handbags, fine dining, and a lot of, let's face it, very material stuff. But I am also a big fat hippie at heart as well. I'm on peace and love and kindness and everything. And yeah, let's just love everyone. Just love everyone. Cinderella, the barrel bags back then were more like the Speedies. Yes, like the sort of bowling bag type thing. Yes. Never really got into the Speedies. I had one in the early 2000s. Didn't like it. Becca. Hi, Becca. Becca says, hope the Moggies are both okay. They're knocking around. They're both snoozing. And weirdly, I think it's because I'm in here. They're both upstairs. Daisy tends to sleep on the back of the other sofa in the living room with us. And Lily is... My phone's just chirped at me. I think that might be a lion. He's asking me if I'm done yet. Not yet. Soon. He's been a very busy boy today. He's gone and played golf. Yeah, the babies are just out there snoozing on the landing. I think because I'm in here this evening, they're used to us being downstairs. Yeah, they're doing okay. Lily is still... He's just said, wow. Lily is still limping a little bit, so we're going to get her checked out again, have a follow-up session. Irene, fabulous Irene. Hello, darling. Oh, thank you so much. Irene has got a wicked channel as well. I love her. And she's such a champion for small new channels as well. So supportive, just brilliant. And Irene, I don't know how you've got the time for it. I honestly don't. Ellie said she got the boots a week after I got mine. I got mine at Christmas last year. Yes, they are bloody marvellous. We went to a friend's house for dinner. Did we go to a friend's house for dinner? Yes, we went to a friend's house for dinner. We got dropped off around the corner by a taxi. I was wearing all black. I was wearing those boots and I was carrying Miss Prada. And as we were crossing the road under the street lights, the lion said, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. So obviously I want to wear them all again. Yes, Sophie is amazing, isn't she? I love her. Korike, you're minding your P's and Q's there, Korike. You haven't missed the live. Well, you've missed a lot of it, but you'll be able to watch it. Hello, everyone stressing out over a tropical depression heading our way. I love you too. I hope you're not affected by that. Oh my God. Tanya! Good morning, Tanya. Bits and bags. Hello. Thank you very much. Becca watches Beard Meets Food. Oh my God. He's so thin, isn't he? It's like, I mean, we watched his workout video as well, and he's actually quite buff. But he's lean buff. He's not like buff. But yeah, isn't he funny? I love that he drops like little Alan Partridge quotes and stuff like that in there as well. So yeah, love that. Hi, Joe. Thank you very much. Am I going to miss my wallpaper? I've actually got a strip, not a whole strip, but I've got a bit of a strip. I was thinking about getting a really big photo frame, like a big poster frame from IKEA, and putting a strip of the wallpaper in it and then taking that with me. But yes, I will miss the lemurs. It can be a bit much because they're right behind my monitors as well. So when I'm working, it does feel a bit busy. It's not very calm, but they make me laugh every time I see them. They're ridiculous. Yes, That was how she found me. Very curious about YouTubers knowing each other. Yes, it is weird. I never thought I'd become part of a community. I thought I'd just be a weird random talking into the void. But yeah, we've got an actual community of people who we talk offline. You know, we've got each other's numbers and stuff. We make plans for things. Tanya's one of them. We haven't talked for a little while. I think we both had a lot going on, but we were chatting all the time on WhatsApp and talking about what we could do together on YouTube, little collabs and stuff. Irene, you're wonderful. Thank you. We've got a lot of high T, high C. I'm digging the initials. Oh, a storm in the Caribbean. Right, you guys stateside, you get the craziest weather. You get like all the weather in one day, don't you? Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, I've seen a new name here. Is that Rain? Hello. Luxury and Life in the Middle. Oh, hello. Hello. Gosh, I'm seeing lots of new people. Okay, right. Becca, his song about the garlic bread. Okay, I haven't seen that, but I'm guessing that is an ode to Mrs. Beard, because he has mentioned that Mrs. Beard is partial to the garlic bread. At least I think that's what he meant. Yes, Tanya, we do need a good catch up. Oh my God, we have G. I'm G. You're T. I'm G. I don't balance anything. I have no time at all. I'm asleep. I'm working. I'm doing chores in the house on like coffee breaks and stuff like that. The weekends are spent mostly doing more chores, food shopping, other errands and stuff like that, filming and editing. I do not have the time to just sit down and do nothing, read a book. I've tried reading when I go to sleep. I'll watch as many videos as I can while the lion goes to sleep. I'll watch as many videos as I can, and then I'll wake up an hour later and I have to go back and watch the videos because I've missed everything. I tried reading. I'll make it through one page before I've passed out. But honestly, I don't know how it's possible to maintain a full-time day job. Autumn gets up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not doing that. I mean, I love you guys, but I value what little sleep I get. That's it. One foot in front of the other. It is so hard. And because I struggle with remembering things and stuff, and I have to edit, if I could just do something like this, but it'd be like an actual video, if I could just do that in one take and not have to edit it or anything, and just do it on my phone and then upload it straight away and not think about it, not think about writing a description and doing tags and making a thumbnail and stuff like that, then it would be easier. But yeah, balance, forget it, T. There isn't any. You'll get there, though. You'll find a way. As C says, it's one foot in front of the other. That's how we get through the day. Mary Beth, silent watcher. Oh, thank you for joining us. No one needs to feel like they have to comment or anything like that. Yes, it's all good stuff for the algorithm and all of that kind of stuff, but don't feel obligated. I would much rather you watched and enjoyed for the sake of it, and just enjoyed it and went away, and didn't watch and then sit there for 10 minutes going, oh, I need to write something, but I can't think of anything to write. Don't worry about that at all. Oh, Dachshund Chihuahua Corgi mix. Wow. That sounds like an absolute cutie. We got a Yota in the house. Hola! Oh, yeah, no can do. I have to edit. I have to edit the shit out of my videos. Yeah. Yeah, seriously, Autumn is an absolute machine when I mean, she's got this, she's been doing this for a while and she's got this down to a really fine art. She knows what she's doing. I know. I will. I can't stop myself. I am tempted to sign off though because this is empty, and I probably should phone the line and say, ask him how his dinner was. Oh, everyone, you're all so wonderfully wonderful. I adore you all, and I do mean it. I adore you all. And holy shit, it is 10 to 11. Cinderella, this is a really good question. Is it easier to do a live or on tape? This feels much more interactive, so I'm getting feedback. Okay, I'm not always looking at the camera because I'm looking at the chat. So this feels really nice. It feels really interactive, and that's kind of what I wanted, rather than that sort of time delay, me filming something and then maybe 2 days later you get to see it and then we get to talk about it. But actually, no, I think this is easier, weirdly. That's weird, isn't it? That's a reason for me to do it more frequently, maybe. Yeah, well, I was going to bring the bottle, but I didn't want it to warm up, and the wine cooler is being used as a bucket for something else at the moment. Okay, I will make a promise here and now. I will do more lives. I will not keep you here for 2 hours though. I promise. I promise. Thank you everyone for joining. I am going to wrap it up there. Sorry if you've only just joined, but go back, watch it from the beginning. Not all of it because it's nearly 2 hours, but watch at least the first couple of minutes where I'm trying to work out what the hell is going on because I hadn't set it to public because brain no work. I am going to sign off now though. Guys, thank you. This has been so much fun. So much fun. Let's do it again soon. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to sign off. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please show it the thumbs up love. And until I see you, yes, you, boop, for the next video, please stay safe. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. Stay fan-dabby dozy. Say it with me, kids. I want to hear you. And bye-bye. Thank you. You are all bloody amazing.